Oh, do I have to start the meeting though? No? Or no?
Get started, sure.
Okay, I'm going to call the Common Council meeting to order. Tuesday, January 22nd, 2019 at 6 o'clock p.m. And can we do present yet? Or by logging in?
No, I've got to get that up and
Okay.
running here. Just a second.
6 o'clock.
I know it. Just too fast.
I always am, sorry.
I'm going to most of the meeting myself.
Can't believe this.
Jake, go away.
Easy.
Everybody's busy. My mother's house. I just think.
Did you police car try opening it again?
Oh, I did. That was my mistake. So we're good.
So we practiced in Waterford off of Buena Vista,
Yes.
and I have to take Marsh Road around. And Marsh Road is a scary
They can log in.
especially.
We're all logged in already.
Right?
We need the screen on ours too. Hey, Jake, don't go away. Oh, here it is. You can all mark yourself present now.
Oh. Look at that. So we're playing at Docks on the Fox.
Are you?
Yeah.
Those guys need to.
Nice. Very nice.
It's gonna come up on here for me, right? I can't remember.
So we
Where's it
have
come up there?
You've been promoted.
Big one, right?
Get with the program.
We're gonna play them a couple times.
You're on the new IT committee.
We're praying Riverboat Ray in for your backup.
Oh, there we go, yeah.
So I got to get that on there.
He can play, then he can play three. And
Okay,
you can
sorry
play
about
that. He can play three and you can play.
Okay, everyone is present,
It sounds good.
Between by Johnny's maybe.
meaning we have a quorum.
Yes, I do, we really.
Tell me when.
There we go. We're big.
So they're going to repurpose these. What does that mean?
All right, who's gonna be the first violator? And not
Three guesses.
I know it's gonna be.
Are you voting on it?
Okay, we need a motion in a second. I hope this is right.
So
Well,
what are
we
they
have to do
trying
the statement of public notice and everything first.
I
Oh,
don't
I'm
know, I
sorry. Go
didn't
ahead,
read
yes.
any of them.
Okay, statement of public notice.
This meeting was noticed in accordance with the open meeting law.
No communications this evening. We have no public comment. Consent agenda. So we need them to, you got to bring it up so they can make a motion on the, there we go, we have a
A
motion.
motion? Did we ever do that before?
Wait, we need a second.
We need a second. Oops.
Motion.
We need a second.
Yeah, nobody motioned. Nobody did a
Go
second.
back.
We have a voting screen up though, don't we?
Ours just says vote, right? Yeah.
Okay, now we need a second. There we go.
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
Okay.
I beat you.
Now you can, if there is no discussion, I assume, cast your vote.
Don't we even read these into the
Yeah,
minutes?
don't. Because nobody knows what we're voting on.
Yes.
Don't we read these into the
Do you want me to
minutes?
do it quick? We didn't read them.
Yeah, I think we,
Yeah.
I
You
got
didn't
it.
read them.
or put it up on the board, right?
I can do it.
This is a two-person operation.
I read them, they were right here.
Go ahead.
Okay, I'm going to read it. Consent agenda items are approval of operator licenses, approve acquisition contracts, and authorize signatures for budget. Approved expenditures over $50,000. It's a Bobcat compact track loader for $57,570.21. Approval of Common Council minutes, December 11th, 2018, and January 8th, 2019. Resolution 11, resolution to establish an annual parking pass for Idle Isle. Which actually, this is not a big deal, but I kind of want to pull that one out. So I'm pulling out that one. Resolution 12, approval of reduction of letter of credit for Forefront Engineered Solutions. Resolution 13, dedication and acceptance of improvement for Forefront Engineered Solutions. So everything but number 11. And we have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Please cast your vote.
We can't, it's showing
Yeah.
demand. You went back to the other screen.
We're done already.
I had to take out the 11.
Oh, there you go.
Did you take it out?
There we go.
There you go.
It's not it's not
there
a
we go.
motion, it's just, she just removed it.
Okay.
And they're approved unanimously. Resolution 11, it's really not a big deal. I think it's a good, nice thing to have the parking pass. A lot of parks have them for the season. No big deal. I'm asking you to consider, I don't think it's a huge savings, and I just think for simplicity, we maybe don't need the senior rate, just resident and non-resident. But that's your call. I'm just throwing it out there. It's not a big dollar amount between the two, so in my opinion, just have a resident and non-resident. I could be wrong, but I doubt you have seniors getting, that will get a lot senior passes anyhow. I just don't think it's necessary. It's my opinion.
What's that?
Any discussion?
You were only talking about $1, right?
No, 10
No,
bucks.
10.
10.
10 bucks.
The difference for
Yeah.
the senior, oh,
I just, it's not a lot of money in my opinion, that it's not worth having that other layer. That's just my opinion.
I'm fine leaving it how it is, I think.
All right,
We need a motion in a second.
then, oh, I'm sorry, you need a motion on the
What, are you gonna
machine?
motion? Yeah, huh?
No, we got a second, okay. And we have Alderman Engelhardt who wishes to speak.
Well, I don't see any big problem with the idea of not having a reduced senior rate, but I would ask one question about this, and that is, my understanding is, as presented, if a person had more than one vehicle they wanted to identify with a sticker, if it's going to be a sticker, are they paying full rate for the second sticker?
I would think so. I would think you'd have to buy a sticker for each vehicle.
Right, you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be for each vehicle.
Yeah, because on the launch fees, we have second sticker at a reduced price, I believe. When we use the stickers we use for launch fees. So if you want a second vehicle identified, you get the second sticker. That's been our example in the past for this.
They do that.
I don't know that you want to,
I thought we ought to talk about it before we pass it.
I guess we need to investigate it.
I think there's a difference between a launch fee
And a parking fee.
and a.
you request to speak?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Alderman Madden.
I believe there's a difference between a launch fee and a parking fee. Launch fee, not too many people are going to take two vehicles to launch two boats. You know, they're only going to park one vehicle there. They can only drive one boat at a time.
That's right, do I
Most
get?
people don't have two hitches.
I'll pass to John.
Okay,
Okay. If you have more than one vehicle equipped to pull a boat, or you have different style of boat or different trailer or something, you might be wanting two vehicles. And then I don't know if that's the reasoning behind the boat launch fees being that way, but we've offered the second sticker at reduced price when you order the first one. If you come back at a later date, I believe they charge you full price. I don't know if Jill knows on that or not.
Alderman Kubak, do you want to speak, or do you want me to jump in, because I think I know the answer?
Jump in.
Because I used to have to get that. It's when you have like two jet skis, and on one trailer, you have to pay. That's really the only reason. Because you're bringing them on the same vehicle.
Can I jump back in?
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, the comparison, I realize, is different. They're not exactly the same thing, but I was just saying we have that example that a person could qualify the second vehicle in the household that way. And whether that would be appropriate to this or not, I don't know.
I think, go ahead, Alderman Kubak, you're up.
No, take me down. I'm just enjoying the conversation.
I think this is getting, now I'm sorry I pulled it out, because now it's getting very complicated, and it's going to be so many layers for staff that it's not going to be worth the work. I'm just telling you right now, that is the reason I said get rid of the senior, because I doubt, for $10, if you even sell 5 senior passes for parking, I'd be shocked, but, I hope you don't go that route, because that's just getting to be ridiculous for parking. It's ridiculous. then don't do any passes, I say. It's just too much work internally, too much work. Then just leave the senior if you guys are passionate, but don't add to it.
Well, we got a motion and a second, so.
And a request,
Okay?
Alderman
Any
Wolf
other-
wants to speak.
Alderman Wolf?
yeah. You're the IT guy, right? Okay. I think we should leave it. It's taking up an extra parking spot, and if they're gonna bring two cars for one reason, that means you can show up with another car, and I think we just leave it, and like you said, there's too much layers involved, and we're already reducing for seniors, just make it easy. It's only 15 or 25 bucks, right?
$10 difference, anyhow. Any
I'm
other-
just saying, depending what you buy, so you bought a $25 ticket or a $15 sticker, whatever you want to call it.
Okay, Alderman Kubak, you're still hanging in there. Did you want to speak?
No.
Okay. All right. There's no one else, then please cast your vote. It's approved unanimously. Okay. No new business. Review of committee reports. Oh, I just say it.
On the game here. Finance Committee, December 7th, 2018.
Thank you. License approval.
Approval of a new agent, Todd Glazier, for a Class A license held by Ultramart Foods, doing business as Pick and
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Please cast your vote. It's approved unanimously.
Approval of a temporary license to sell wine for Special Olympics of Wisconsin for the Muskego Polar Plunge to be held on February 10th at Muskego County Park.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Please cast your vote. Approved unanimously. Voucher approval.
Are we going to vote on it? How are we going to do this?
Well, she's got to wait till, you got to wait.
Talking, I'm sorry.
Okay. So I have to push motion first?
Yep. Well, you should read it, too.
Right. I was just waiting for it to pop up. Okay, motion to approve utility vouchers in the amount of $399,590.92.
And then, no discussion. Please cast your vote. Approved unanimously. Gotta go to the next one.
Motion to approve tax vouchers in the amount of $36,713.53.
There is no discussion. Please cast your vote. Approved unanimously.
Motion to approve general fund vouchers in the amount of $578,216.80.
And we have a second. And no discussion. Please cast your vote. Approved unanimously.
Motion to approve wire transfers for payroll transmittals for the amount of $357,242.55.
And we have a second. And no discussion. Please cast your vote. Approved unanimously. City official reports, none this evening. Does anyone have any communications for any of the committees listed below?
I do.
Alderman Wolf, for the festival?
Yeah, actually, at the last meeting, they asked me to present a few things to the council on the way the committee's going. the way the festival is going, I guess I should say. So they are not overly happy with the way things are going for them as a festival. So these are some of the concerns that are coming out.
And before you continue, I want to remind everybody, Jeff's not here this evening, but there's this, I don't think you can have discussion on it. Am I wrong? It's just an update?
This is just
Or
an
am I
update.
wrong?
I'm
It's
just
okay,
gonna,
go ahead.
I'm just going to read what they got here, and
Go ahead.
I gave you guys a copy so everybody can see it, and make it easy for Jill to take notes. But basically, they're saying it's a big disappointment that the festival committee is not being allowed to address the common council and voice their concerns. Action is taken without any consideration for the effects of the festival as an entity or as the 9 community organizations that hold the festival. It would be nice to make this issue known prior to decisions being made and final. The storage facility is one example. Not all aldermen even knew what was being presented and imposed on the festival. And when the festival committee was put on the agenda, they had a large support in numbers to attend the meeting, and the meeting was quickly and abruptly canceled, with the festival never to be allowed in again. I'm just going to just go right through all these. There's like a few bullet points here. Festival members would also appreciate it being recognized for the significant and substantial contributions made to Veteran Park by not only the festival committee itself, but many other organizations within. The park would not be what it is today without these contributions. Working together, they established a quiet and valuable asset. It is apparent that it is no longer a partnership between the city and the city of Muskego and the community which it serves. Each situation is unique, and the approach matters, as one fits all is not appropriate. The new imposed fees could jeopardize the ability for many community organizations, not strictly the festival, to hold events in our own city. In our case, the city of Muskego does not hold events for its citizens. It is primarily civic and mostly nonprofit organizations, which continually give back to the city in different ways. The festival committee organizes the parade, which the city partially funds. The fees being imposed will most certainly cripple the ability to hold the festival as it has in the past. The parade may be one of these things to be eliminated. Unfortunately, the citizens of the city are always extremely involved and support the parade in numbers. It is a hope that the residents of Muskego understand the way it is being governed, because there seems to be decided without any knowledge or input from constituents. The city does not appear to appreciate the contributions given by the organizations of the city, such as the 9 involved in the festival. The city is hurting these groups. Consider just one of the groups. Consider a sample of just one of these groups have done for the city of Muskego. Over the last 7 to 8 years, the MAA has provided $200,000 in improvements to city fields, plus additional fundings to schools as well. The MAA and sports trainings and games in baseball, softball, and flag football to over 1,300 Muskego taxpayers, all of which is done by volunteer at no cost to the city. Money from Muskego Community Festival is used to support these efforts, as well as the 2 $1,500 scholarships provided to the Muskego High School graduates. Ask yourself, what if the community organizations are no longer to provide these activities and events that they do? And then there's just a personal comment at the end here from all this being gathered. It says, it is sad the way the city is moving. My husband and I do so much for the city as a matter of pride and integrity over the love of the community that we grew up in. It has always had a small town feel, even as it has grown, with the love of the city being sometimes shared by all residents, both new and old. That is now clearly not a concern for the city leaders, as it is faded, and steps are being taken to abolish and the unity that has always been ingrained in Muskego, making it a special community to be a part of. So these are just some of the concerns they have up, that the festival is not able to sustain some of the things that it's doing, and they feel that basically that they kind of contribute to making that park happen and use that facility. So this is where this all came from.
I'd like to add to the update that the chief and Scott Krager have been trying since September to meet with the leaders of the group to no avail, and they've been in communication again, fortunately this week, unfortunately not getting it firmed up, so they're trying, because there's a number of things to go over, and
I
all
know
of
that-
this can be discussed
That
too.
was brought up in the meeting, and I know they're switching the committee leadership there, so might be some of that, but no, I know that there's been some lack of response, so.
Okay, are there any other updates?
Just one thing on the
Which one, the,
senior taxi.
okay,
Actually, I know when we got our money, or when we asked you for the extra money, we said that we were giving 6,000 rise a year. We're actually giving 7,000 last year. So just a little update that we're ever expanding, and of course, this ever expanding nonprofit needs all the support we can get.
thank you. Any others? Okay, future agenda items, reconsiderations. We need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
No, I was looking for this.
Do you need to do it? You got to do it in here, but you know,
Not
the
on
screen's got
here.
to change. Okay, we have a motion and a second. Cast your vote.
That was easy.
Approved unanimously. We are now adjourned.
You certainly didn't partake next time.